Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We are back for some more Rogue Trader. So, we helped out Miss J, which is a new companion in our retinue. We're gonna meet her in the Void Ship Bridge in a second. We have to talk to her for quest continuation. We also have to progress our quest by talking to Mr. Heinrix, which showed up here at the end of the last episode. And we also have to speak with the officers on the ship's bridge for the Tethered Spirit Chapter 2 quest. Besides all that, we're also going to be doing the level ups for our characters, and I will be doing it one at a time. Going to start with my friend here, Mr. Cordant. So, he is our Officer Master Tactician. I was looking over the available talents. Master Tacticians actually have a lot of stuff to buff themselves. So, stuff like, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, the first burst fire or air attack used by the Master Tactician, or press the advantage, ignores cover and dodge, this ability here. Heroic Inspiration is also to, well, this is kind of buffing the entire party. It's actually cool, this one. The first ability he uses after the first heroic act used in combat will cost 0 action points until the end of combat. It's quite cool. Where was the other one? Oh, he also has like a healing, some healing talents. Yeah, but there's a bunch of stuff here that, like, every critical hit scored by the Master Tactician, we don't really use him a lot to attack, so all of these things aren't really very interesting for me. I'm actually going to start with, let me see if I can find it, Nerves of Steel. Whenever the Master Tactician or their allies gain momentum, they gain 1 more. And whenever the Master Tactician or their allies lose momentum, they lose 1 less. So it's just an overall nice way to buff the amount of momentum the entire party gains. And, you know, hopefully this will play some role in our gameplay to a beneficial effect. That's his level up. We're now gonna go for Mr. Abelard. So Mr. Abelard in Arch-Militant. I'm gonna look over the available talents. So I'm gonna pause the video for that, and I'm gonna come back with my choice. And I am back. Man, I was looking over the abilities for the Arch-Militant. This will give me trouble. There's a lot of talents in the Arch-Militant tree that are excellent. There is so much good stuff here, honestly. Like Arms Master, for Abelard specifically, killing an enemy with a melee attack makes all the Arch-Militant's range attacks this turn cost -1 AP, and vice versa, does not stack. So, there's just so much stuff that's so good. I looked at this one and I love this one, but there's much more, right? There's so much more. Heavy Gunner, they cost -1 action point. 15% more damage to targets that have a priority target. I mean, I'm not gonna go over all of these, but just really trust me. Discipline. The Arch-Militant gains 1 more stack of versatility whenever an ally grants the Arch-Militant an extra turn. There's just so much. I am gonna start though with Always Ready. The reason for this is I'm gonna begin combat with 2 stacks of versatility, which will be a nice way to boost our versatility stacks overall, right? So he's gonna get +10 weapon skill and +10 ballistic skill right from the start, and it will just increase as he, you know, uses attacks. I was also considering just giving him discipline, because we do have 2 officers, and I'm gonna be giving extra turns to people, but Abelard isn't really one that gets extra turns. It's mostly going to be on Argenta. Still, Always Ready might actually be the best choice for her as well. So this is done. I might as well just go for Argenta again. And I think I will go for the same thing. So just beginning with 2 stacks of versatility, I think is gonna help us out. Done as well. And now I'm gonna look over Mr. Pascal here, and I will be right back. And we are back for the choice on Mr. Pascal on the Bounty Hunter. I am gonna go for Heightened Concentration. Let me be clear, I don't think that this is going to be a particularly awesome ability unless I swap him to using a ranged weapon with a lot of burst shots, which was something that I was also thinking about previously, so might end up just pushing me in that direction a little bit more. Whenever he scores a crit, they gain a plus 2% armor penetration until the end of combat, and this stacks. I'm choosing this because looking over everything else we have here, this one seems to be the one that gives us the most passive gains without having to worry too much about meeting certain conditions. Like, there's a lot of stuff here that's if you kill a prey whose difficulty score is above a certain level, you get a certain bonus. That seems like too specific, so I will just go for something that's passively good. So, heightened concentration is going to be the one chosen for Pascal. I will now look over Idira, which will very likely ignore what we have in terms of Bounty Hunter and just go for stuff of the Psyker. But let me just go over this and decide, and I will be right back. So moving on to Idira, I was looking over everything here. There's actually not that much in the Psyker tree that I really need right now, but I do like Fatebringer here. So allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain an additional +5 +2 times the Psyker Psi rating % armor penetration. So it's a very good thing to give, for example, to Argenta or to Pascal. Other than this, I was actually considering maybe some defensive things on the side of the Bounty Hunter skill tree, such as Withdraw, because if anybody comes to Idira and attacks her in melee, she will automatically dodge the attack and move away without triggering attack of opportunity, which is a very cool defensive talent to have. But for right now, I will keep going on the offensive here with Fatebringer. And finally, we're going to be moving on to Miss Cassia. So, again, give me a second, I'll be right back. Finally, we have Cassia. So for Cassia, I was actually considering not giving her anything from the Grand Strategist. Things didn't seem very appealing. There's a lot here that is based on using stratagems. As you can see at the start of every description, using a stratagem, blah blah blah. So this is something if you take stratagems from the available abilities, which I don't see myself taking, at least for right now. I'm mostly gonna go for the navigator part of things. I was looking over what I wanted, I was going down to the navigator tree, but I'm actually gonna start with improvised strategy. And the reason why I'm doing this is, at the start of combat, the Grand Strategist gains one random unknown stratagem and can use it until the end of combat for 0 AP. So it is random, but it costs 0 AP, which means we can use it freely anytime we want, and we don't even have to pick stratagems from our abilities. So we're gonna see if this plays out and is interesting. If not, well, might consider respecking her at some point. My other consideration was gonna be, I believe, where was it? I can never remember the name because these are kind of weird names. Perilous Ways, I think? Yeah, enemies moved by the Navigator's ability suffer 7 damage at the end of movement. This damage is increased by +2 for every cell the enemy moves, and I definitely want this. Although, since we only have Notch of Purpose right now, we don't have Point of Curiosity, which we'll get over here, it's not as relevant as it could otherwise be. So we're gonna try and play out with the stratagems and see if they are useful, and hopefully they are, for 0 AP. Let's now go into the ship, we're gonna heal our injuries and we're gonna talk to both Jay, Heinrix and the officers of the Void Ship. This will be advancing 3 quests at the same time. Come on, loading screen. Ta 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 ta. Okay, yeah, as I suspected, you jump into a cutscene immediately. Voxmaster Vigdis. Lord Captain, The inspection of the ship's systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there is an issue you must be made aware of. Cassia makes a quick nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the atlas one after the other and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Argenta angrily chops the air with the side of her palm. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame they can't be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. Now we can be certain that problems with astropathic communication in the Cronus Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valensis Protectorate as soon as possible. I am talking about Janus, Dargonus, and Kiava Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. Okay, so what would be the consequences of losing contact with these worlds? A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Cronus Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself, and their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. The Voxmaster is entirely correct. You are rogue trader Cordam von Valancius, the successor to Theodora von Valancius, one of the most influential women this side of the Maw. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation. Which is why the sooner we reclaim these lost worlds, the better. Okay, so tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designated an agri-world. It is a powerful food base, capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the governor house of Vyat. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. What is Kiava Gamma? Industrial worlds, an imperial world dedicated to manufacturing, mining, or refining, okay? Kiava Gamma is being managed by the governor house of Gaprak and supplies your protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanics Manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Kiava Gamma is a world marked by the Omnissiah's patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Heinrix coughs quietly. Mistress Toleman neglected to mention that the Kiava Gamma Manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery from forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. Abelard turns his hard eyes on Heinrix. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capability, von Kallax. Pleased to be of service. What do I need to know about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are, and so is the Von Valensis Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Okay, Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Abelard strokes his beard for a few seconds before giving a hesitant reply. Rediscovering the agri-world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I am concerned by the rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. I'm kind of thinking about the agri world, because if people starve, the rest doesn't matter too much. Very well, our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire. I don't, but it's good to know that we can. So our injuries have been taken care of. We are going to take a look at Jay here. So she comes with armored body glove, and she has some weird weapons, some exotic weapons. A shuriken pistol, a splinter pistol, an Aldari chainsword. Okay. So what are these, by the way? Oh, requires Aldari weapon proficiency. She has a chameleoline cloak. Mimic fibers blend the coloration of the wearer into their surroundings. The cloak grants the wearer plus 10% dodge. That's actually quite nice. Oh, and I also have to read this, that's right. There's actually some things I need to take into consideration here. Well, you can take this, why not? I will look into these later. Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, next attack with a pistol costs 0 AP. I don't really have anybody using a lot of pistols. But I guess I could give this to Argenta if I ever give her like a melee weapon and a pistol. This is gonna go for Abelard. Yep. And we're also going to read the letter from Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar. But before, I'm going to look into her, yeah. So, Jay starts with weapon skill 35, ballistic skill 60, so a high score here, and a high score on fellowship as well. She has some agility, and the rest is kind of whatever. A lot of lore, Imperium, and tech use. Okay. Everything is based on fellowship here. So she clearly has some kind of talent for this. And if we look at her, we will see that she doesn't have any kind of affiliation. She is an officer. So if you look over here, we can see that she is an officer. She has voice of command, bring it down, take aim, and move. These are all useful. And then she has march, lasting impression, leader's assault. Okay. This is actually not bad. Heroism. Yeah, so Aldari weapon proficiency, Drukari weapon proficiency, dual weapon combat. Okay. So she can basically shoot twice in a round. Imperial World, Gunslinger. Oh, this is specific for her. While Jay is fighting with weapons in both hands, the attack from the second hand, depending on which hand she attacked with first in the round, does not cost any additional AP. Damn. Okay. Never play fair. Jay can use either Fellowship or Intelligence for intelligence-based skills, whichever is highest. Additionally, Jay can re-roll failed commerce tests. It's very good. The Road Trader's reputation level grants Jay additional bonuses. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Some interesting stuff for sure. And yeah, that's basically Miss J here. So if you want an additional officer in your party, J is gonna be a good option. I'm not gonna be using her though, because we already have myself and Cassia. I do want her cloak, however, and her grenades. So give me that. Now, who's gonna wear this cloak, I wonder? Yep, you. Extra dodge. Lovely. No, you can't use this. Okay, so boots that grant the wearer more movement points. This is useful for everybody, right? There's no one that doesn't want this. I will give it to myself. And now we're gonna read this letter. This is the letter that Heinrix gave us at the end of the last episode that was from the Inquisitor and only to our eyes. May the Emperor's faithful forever remain in the light of his favor. Let me first express my condolences on the tragic death of the most honorable Theodora von Valancius. Nevertheless, I was elated to learn that the warrant of the rogue trader has been passed to a worthy and promising heir. These words are not hollow compliments, but rather the Inquisition's official opinion on your person. As fate would have it, you have taken the reins of the von Valancius dynasty in an hour most dire, when grim portents of dark events to come are surfacing throughout the Cronus expanse. I have been duty-bound to become the first sentinel to seize the approaching threat, and I hereby alert you that it is indeed coming. Our loyalty and resolve will be tested. People such as you and I will become the pillars that will unite the Emperor's frightened children and inspire them to fight back. And so, I greet you as my dependable ally and assure you of my favor. From now on, you have a trusted friend within the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition and a receptive confidant on whom you can rely. Should the dark times ahead require you to make questionable choices, have no doubt that such an incident will be examined in an exceedingly temperate fashion that rules out the most radical forms of judgment. I have faith in the success of our partnership and thank you for your contribution, both past and future. Okay. Good to know. We have... the malediction of Reichad Menoris is reducing our willpower by 5. How can I clear this? I will have to investigate how to clear this. Okay, and I think that's all that I wanted. Can you use medkits? I think you can. Take one. You can't. I can't. Pascal can't. Abelard has one. Okay. So, let's meet up with Heinrix. Heinrix looks at you intently, his head tilted. Oh, I haven't spoken to him yet. I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to take a lot of time here today, honestly. You want to discuss the nature of your mission?
Yes, but not here. I wouldn't want our conversation to be gossip fodder on the bridge and in the officers' mess.
Okay. Heinrix nods slightly. Thank you for finding an opportunity to talk. I trust now would be a good time to explain the reason for my return aboard your ship. I welcome the chance to assist the Inquisition with its inquiries, Von Kellogg's. Lord Captain, your enthusiasm is commendable. The interrogator smiles, but his eyes remain cold. To business then. The cult of the Final Dawn. The madmen preach of their heretical doctrine among the denizens of the Cronus Expanse and instigate crimes against the throne and humanity. One such crime took place in your protectorate. The Lord Inquisitor considered it necessary to have one of its acolytes accompany the rogue trader on the voyage into the corrupted region. I also need to meet with one of my observers on the capital world of your domain. Why would Ordo Xenos agents investigate a chaos cult? You are well versed in how the Inquisition is organized, Cordumt. Yes, initially our arrival in the Cronus Expanse was dictated by the need to fight Xenos. But there is more. The cult is tangentially related to my main specialization. Perhaps I will be able to reveal the full truth someday, but right now I ask you to display humility and patience. The Lord Inquisitor mentioned in his letter that he is willing to show lenience toward my actions that would otherwise be interpreted as radical. Heinrix nods. That is correct. I should show greater tolerance for the mistakes of a newly appointed rogue trader. To be frank, I am surprised. The Lord Inquisitor is not the type to indulge the weakness of soul and mind, even in someone who only recently accepted the burden of a lofty title. So, you have spies on the Von Valancius worlds? The person I mention is not a spy, but a secretary in the administrative department of Dargonus. The planet's governor and Theodora were fully aware of his status. His duty is to fulfill the sacred oath to the Golden Throne and eliminate threats to the Imperium, which the Cronus Expanse has in abundance. His name is Achilles Calendar. As soon as we contact Dargonus, I will introduce you as the new head of the dynasty. I am sure you will appreciate the presence of such an advisor among your subjects, and I suggest you heed his words at least occasionally. A chaos cult in my protectorate? Heinrix, are you laying an accusation against my dynasty? Chaos treads softly, Cordant. The main danger of secret cults and sects is that they are like seeds. They can remain in the ground for decades, safe from all scrutiny, until an opportunity to sprout, grow, and bear monstrous fruit presents itself. The emergence of a cult on one of the rogue traders' planets does not mean the dynasty head himself is a chaos worshipper. Having said that, it should be noted that Theodora von Valancius was famous for her loose interpretation of the freedoms granted by the warrant. Heinrix regards you with a probing look. A bloodline can be stained by ancestral transgressions. It is indeed so. If it is indeed so, it is in your best interest to do whatever necessary to redeem yourself. And then, perhaps, you will get a chance to salvage your dynasty's reputation. Okay, I want to know more about this cult of the Final Dawn. Chaos worshippers, most often agents of the throne run into lone renegades stirring up the rabble, insane prophets and hysteric visionaries preaching the end of days. A passing comet, a mutant rebellion, an onslaught of monsters, each time they come up with a new reason why people should prostrate themselves and quiver in fear. Much effort and the blood of those loyal to the Golden Throne were spent before we established a connection between those heretics. However, the cult of the Final Dawn is something greater than a gaggle of misguided seers and fortune-tellers. They cleverly spread their agents all over the Cronus Expanse, disseminating heresy among honest people on the Imperial worlds. There is a certain strategy to their actions that changes whenever we get too close. And finally, they have enough military power to have had the 2 ships that we had sent after them later discovered as wreckage. The growing difficulty in making warp jumps is detrimental to us, but is unlikely to inconvenience those who engage in vile sorcery day in, day out. Heinrix sighs. After the events on Rykad Menoris, I suspected the cult might have built its nest inside the Winterscale's domain, but the latest reports indicate it is your protectorate that is harboring heretics. Being in your entourage improves my chances of getting closer to their secrets. Okay? I have already agreed to give you a place aboard my ship. What else? The rogue trader should deliver me to the system that contains the industrial world of Kiava Gamma. I will then accompany you to the surface and determine what the cult is planning and how it intends to use the resources that have fallen into their clutches, which may very well include the blessed engines of the Adeptus Mechanicus and even the followers of the Omnissiah themselves. I will be frank. The answer to this question is unlikely to please either of us. The machinations of chaos usually go beyond solely inflicting countless deaths and destruction. Having their plans come to fruition would lead to far more terrible consequences. One of the systems in the Cronus Expanse is already lost. May the Emperor protect us from watching this tragedy play out again. Why did your suspicion fall on Kiava Gamma? Disjointed pieces of data that finally merge into a single picture. Additionally, not long ago a vessel from that world arrived on Footfall. The reports from the crew were confused and alarming, making me fear a planet-wide rebellion. We met a Chaos Space Marine on Rykad Menoris. Do we risk running into his brothers? I have no doubt it will happen sooner or later, Cordon. Yeah. Chaos Marine siding with the cult is very, very bad news. Most likely they kept away until recently, pulling their puppet strings from a respectable distance. These traitors seldom show up alone. The best we can count on is having to deal with just a squad of Chaos Space Marines in the Cronus Expanse and not an entire company. I won't let anyone throw their weight around on my worlds, be they servants of chaos, xenos, or heretics. A commendable aspiration for a person who holds the fates of billions of people and dozens of imperial worlds in his hands. Which is why you need to be ever more vigilant when looking for seeds of corruption on your planets, lest they sprout someday and spell doom for whatever is tangled up in their roots. So let us assume Kiava Gamma has fallen to heresy. What then? Will you again propose we destroy an entire planet? Heinrix stares you down. On Rykad Menoris, you made a decision that sent billions of souls into the grasp of the arch-enemy. an unreasonable and unforgettably high price for a small handful of people saved by your mercy. Do I consider it a worthy exchange? I most certainly do not. Will I make every effort to make sure such an exchange not happen again? Of course I will. Sentimentality is a luxury I cannot afford. I do not believe you lack compassion. You did not stop me after all, although you certainly could have tried to. The interrogator's eyes narrow. I haven't said I would not like to be able to afford such luxury. In fact, deep down I understand why you acted that way. I have yet to eliminate the understanding and acceptance within myself, but I will. There is enough discussion about the arch-enemy's servants. Tell me about the Drukhari who stole Ryket's son. Heinrix winces. The Drukhari. A sadistic branch of the Aldari race that revels in piracy, violence and torture, which allows them to feed upon the psychic residue of their victims' suffering. Okay. One of the branches of the Aldari, an ancient and vicious Xenos race. Those creatures are a living terror to ordinary people who fall prey to their raids for the simple reason that the victims are not killed outright, but instead become their playthings. Just as you and I need air to survive, the Drukhari require psychic energy born from torment and pain, which they extract from their captives with uncanny expertise. Their ships, which are difficult to mistake for any other, arrive suddenly and undetected. Their stealth technologies greatly surpass the capabilities of standard Imperium auger arrays. The objective of their raids is never to capture a world or a ship. No, they are only interested in fresh victims. After filling their holds with living captives, they disappear into the webway, an extra-dimensional space also known as the Labyrinth Dimension, which links worlds, sectors and stars from one end of the galaxy to another. A different dimension, which conceals their greatest stronghold, Komorag, the dark city of the Drukhari, from which none can hope to escape. Heinrix studies your expression. I do not know why the Drukhari stole Ryket's son and brought about the fulfillment of the cult's prophecies. Perhaps the Xenos themselves have played into the arch-enemy's designs. Or perhaps Aurora's divinations, in fact, describe the Drukhari's actions. There is only one thing I can say with absolute certainty. There is no alliance between the Cult of the Final Dawn and the Xenos. It is simply impossible. Okay, so this kind of sounds like romance, so I must go about my business. Is there anything else I need to know? Let me put it this way. You may think whatever you want of me, but my goal is not to hinder you. I am here to help you in the fight against foes you may not even be aware of. You have my word that I will provide every assistance in uprooting the heresy that has sprouted on the Von Valancius worlds while their master was away, and that I will try to be more patient with the less grievous flaws the bearers of the warrant are sometimes known to have. Heinrix inclines his head. Thank you for sparing me the time, Lord Captain. Okay, so we advanced our quest a little bit more. Reclaim what was lost. This is the thing to restore Janus, Kyavagama, and Argonas. Secrets of the Cult. Bring Heinrix to Kyavagama. Alright. So now we're gonna talk to Jay. And that should be the last conversation we have right now.
Allow me to thank you again for helping me with the cargo, Sherin. I am sure the Ashmags who squirreled away my goods won't give up so easily, and I'll hear more about their scheming yet. Let's strike a deal, Sherin. I will watch your back, if you do me a favor and watch mine. Well, enough jokes. Is there something you wanted?
Was there some business you wish to discuss?
Oh, Sherin, I did manage to spark your interest. Allow me to invite you to a more private place. My words are meant for your ears alone.
So it kind of seems like all of the other dialogue options that don't take me into a different place to talk to her are just flavor and not actually quest related. That's good to know for future playthroughs. Oh... Okay. This kind of bugged out, but it works. Ah, come on. You're not voiced? The flickering light of dozens of candles plays across Jay's face, making her small smile appear even more mysterious. Sherin, the Exalted One himself, the Emperor, brought us together the day you crossed Vladaim's threshold. He led us to the cargo and gave his blessing for its return. Do you know what people on my world say when such a thing happens? What's gained is to be shared with your neighbor. She points at the containers in front of her. One contains a polished Aldari rifle, a rare model, and the other holds an ornate sword. I am sharing what I have gained with you. Please accept these humble gifts in honor of our wildly successful, though suddenly struck, friendship. Okay. The Wanderer's Portent. A lass weapon, but it requires Aldari proficiency. This rifle can only perform dead-eye shot attacks. Whenever the wielder scores a critical hit with a single shot attack, they gain an additional attack this turn. Oh. It doesn't say it doesn't stack. Interesting. And the Bloodseeker Clave. It's a power sword. This clave's area attack has an increased area of effect. Durkari. Okay. A truly wonderful gift. I accept it with gratitude. I knew you would appreciate the Xeno's mastery of their craft. Jay beams at you, curling a lock of black hair around an augmented finger. After a brief pause, she awkwardly continues. So, the matter I wanted to discuss with you is related to my business. You know that I sell Xeno artifacts to interested Imperial subjects and Imperial trinkets to Xenos. Business is going well, my network runs even without my participation. But when it comes to expansion, well, that is where I hit a wall. Rivals, envious of my success. Jade throws up her hands. Falco especially. I am certain the theft of the cargo was his doing, but I can never predict what that Ashmag will do next. And while the Imperium's authority may be fragmented in the Expanse, it could crack down on people of my profession at any moment. Go on. If the rogue trader put in a good word for me with the servants of the Adeptus Administratum, I could become an official trade representative of the Imperium. Just imagine it. A little scrap of paper will offer me and my agents protection against Hashmag schemes, far better than any refractor field. And even the Inquisition will have to think twice before they mess with me, because I'll be a representative of the law in my own right. And the best part of all this is that this will cost you precisely nothing, Shireen. All you have to do is stop by the Administratum Palace and obtain a certificate from the Master of Seals. My informants tell me that the palace is located on Dargonus, your capital world. You see how everything is aligned so wonderfully? And, of course, I will repay you in kind. So, how do I benefit from your gaining official status? Besides being in receipt of my eternal gratitude, Shireen, Jay playfully raises a brow, won't it be beneficial to have someone in your retinue with the weight of authority behind them rather than just another pawn? One slip of paper and I will be able to extend my network to systems far beyond footfall. My agents will be your eyes and ears throughout the Expanse. Okay, that sounds simple enough. I will help you. I doubt it will be this simple, but... Exalted One bless you, Shireen. I couldn't find a better business partner in all the Expanse. Jay ponders for a moment and then graces you with a dazzling smile. Friendship is a gift from the Exalted One, and we must cherish it. And you will have no complaints about our friendship, Shireen. I may not be a trade representative of the Imperium just yet, but I can still help you with whatever you need. You must have some faction in mind that you would like to establish relations with. The Severe Drusians, the hot-headed pirates of the Kabalika. You merely need to use the right words like a key for a lock, and people will open their hearts to you. Or their wallets. I will arrange everything. You merely have to ask. Oof. I'm not sure which ones I like. Let's go for the Drusians, I guess? Sure. Not a problem, Shireen. I will have my people put in a good word for you in the right circles. I will humbly await until you steer your vessel towards Dargonus, the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. It sounds almost as majestic as the Warrant of Trade. Okay, so... a bunch of quests obtained here. Let's see if we can also get some action. So it's not just all conversation. So we're gonna leave... Oh? High Factotum Generis Danrog. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valence's Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards. Developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links, all this is now your privilege and burden. And we received 3 mobile extractiums, which we will not be using just yet. We're gonna go back here, because I still have the quest to take care of finding the Anvers hideout. I want to take care of Footfall before I depart to a different system. Because naturally, Dargonus and Kiavagama and Janus, I think they're all on different systems for which we will need to do warp travel.
A new challenge for me?
Okay, so let me understand what I'm doing here. The location of the base has been found. Its entrance is somewhere in Sector 2 in the Shadow Quarters. The turn off to the entrance can be seen from the Adeptus Amasecus. Okay, so I should go like over here? And then we can see the turn off to the entrance. Or is it here? Yeah, like over here.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
So where? We've been here before. This is the warehouse, right? So not what I'm looking for here. Here?
Follow my lead.
I'm not sure where to go. What the hell, man?
Victory awaits.
Okay, so Adeptus Amasecus, we're right here, right? The turn off to the entrance can be seen from the Adeptus Amasecus. The turn
None
off
shall
to the
stand
entrance.
in my way.
Is it up here? No. Also no.
A new challenge for me.
So, I'm in the Adeptus Amasecus. Is this the turn off? No. Damn it. It kind of sounds like it should be here. But we've been here already, and it's not. Can I go in now? No.
It's about time.
Dude. Come on, man. This
Victory awaits.
This can't be that hard. Oh, okay. Dark hideout. Really? It's not even marked.
None
Okay,
shall stand in my way.
Very strange, to be honest. It's... okay. Maybe I just suck. Okay, so I'm in front because this keeps getting messed up. It is now correct. Okay. There's a door and there's a way forward. Anver thugs.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Anver cutter. Wait. I don't want Pascal to move that far ahead
I'll lay
alone.
claim to the stars.
Yeah, okay, we cannot move that way. Anver Kingpin. The man with the shaggy mop of dark hair is dressed and armed about as well as everyone else in here. And yet, he is unmistakably the leader. He takes a step toward you, he chuckles, and he spreads his arms wide in a welcoming gesture. My guests, what a joy it is to see you in my humble refuge. I see you've come here to be introduced to the truth. Which will you choose then? Words or fire and metal? You already know the answer, heretic. Argenta grasps her weapon. You've ruled over all of Footfall with fear. That is a serious achievement. I could do with people like that. So let's... Oh, no, 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 no. If you have something to say, then say it. I will. Your time has passed. All of you. Bureaucrats, the Kazbalika, rogue traders, conceited aristocracy, and other worthless trash. All of you will soon burn. Do you even know what our name means, outsider? Footfall calls us the Anvers. They do not stop to look, listen, or learn. The man pauses, then half closes his eyes and proclaims in crude but clear High Gothic. Auxilio non veniet. Help will not come. The maw has closed. The Coronis expanse is on its own now. A new era has come, and we are its sovereigns. What you doing? He turned off the fan.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Oh, does this
I
mean
will
that the
fight if
entire
I must.
area is poisoned? So everybody has a toxin. But what does it mean? Means nothing. Okay. There's not really a lot of cover here. Okay, so a lot of very weak enemies. Plus one instigator and the kingpin. Okay, so 2 dangerous enemies and the rest is whatever. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to place, I think, Argenta behind cover. Idira behind cover. I could go for a really powerful eyelid attack if I stayed like over here. I'll see what I can do with Cassia over here. Main character can stay a little bit behind. For example, over here. We are very close together, which I don't like. Now, Abelard should not be using the hammer just yet, but we will have to make do. I don't want to bring him too much into the front just yet. He can stay there. And finally, Abelard can go into cover as well. Okay. So we got the Combat Locus Stratagem. The Grand Strategist chooses one of the combat tactics areas. For 1 round, the targeted area bonuses are doubled. All other tactical areas are discharged and cannot be used this turn, but can be designated again next round. Okay. So I think I will just try to deal damage.
Isn't
Idira?
this a job for the serfs?
Do your thing, my friend. She can target this entire area. Very lovely. Okay, so who am I actually targeting? I'm targeting the guy back there, I feel.
But of course.
We're gonna analyze. Poison. Nice. And we're gonna get Word of the Emperor on everybody here.
Anything else?
And pass. I don't want to take the willpower damage here. So Cassie can even... She can say what she is, never mind. So just stay there. I can now give an extra turn to Adira again. She can kill 3 people right now. And I think I will do that. Sure.
Suits my purposes.
Okay. I will... What? Ah. This will kill both of those and will also hit this guy to poison him as well. That one will die to poison anyway. So this works out very well for me. And I will then do another Word of the Emperor. Or I'll start with this one, actually. More resolve. Lightning.
Was that you?
Very lovely. This guy took pain channeling. I keep forgetting to use my prey, but... If this guy dies to poison, she will get the prey kill, I believe, so take that. And now, what are we doing with my friend here? This is actually all messed up because of verticality. Damn it, man. It sucks so much. It sucks so much. Okay. Regardless, we are going to do something here. We're gonna go to safety. But first, we're gonna use our areas. I think I'm gonna do something like this to do more damage to this guy here.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And this is 15% more damage from any source. So I can even double that bonus right now.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Sounds good. Now I'm gonna buff Idira. Voice of command.
I'm not accustomed to being
She gets a
ordered
buttload
around.
of willpower. Move over there. Give her an extra turn.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
And she can now start murdering again. Deals a lot of damage. If I go for lightning, I kill the one behind as well. But it's less damage, and he will die to poison anyway. So, plans. Plans are to just nuke.
Anything
Do that.
is?
Psychic Shriek. He might even just die to Aftershock. Very, very good. Pass. And I can give the rear over here.
If I may.
And perhaps give the backline to Pascal. Nope. Then give it to Abelard. Okay, my turn. Do I just go for Idira again? I kind of think I will. Assign objective over there. I will give You Serve Me to Argenta anyway.
All too easy.
She has Voice of Command, so take Air of Authority as well.
Already done.
And have fun. We're gonna double up on this, so again. He is marked with the objective, right? Assign objective, yeah. Nuke.
Will do.
Dead. Very nice power effect. And we can now pass. We have an extra turn if we want. Do I want to give my extra turn to someone else? Like, say, for example, Idira. Dude, Idira just kills everything. I love it. But I think I'm gonna give it possibly to Argenta. Yeah, take that.
I am fear incarnate.
And I want to check if she gets You Serve Me +5. Okay, cool. It does count from the heroic act. So what are you doing, my friend? You can attack 4 times. So I think I'm gonna swap for my sniper rifle. Oh, and we want to do this. Turn on the ventilation. Okay. So if I swap to my sniper, you You can just kill people left and right. How do you deal 45 to 59 damage? Sometimes I get so confused. How is this even possible? Sure.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Come on, man.
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Thank you. One more AP from killing somebody with Finest Hour.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Are we having fun yet?
Eradicated. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Uh-huh. We're gonna have to reload.
I'll do it.
Come on.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's
Tell me I
judgment.
can reach the guy over there. Oh, you bitch. Oh, come on, man. Really? Oh! Like this I can. 7%. Okay. So I can't really hit anybody. Except this guy over here. Okay, so I'll do Revel in Slaughter. I kinda want to use run and gun just to see how far I can go and if I can get in range for that guy, but he's very much behind cover. I don't think I can do it, but let's try it anyway.
I'll do it.
So if I go over here, I have clear line of sight apparently.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Eradicated.
This is so good. It's so good. Yeah, my chances are very, very low because he has full cover, but I'll still try it. Okay, let's get another heroic act. I won't use it on her. Okay, my turn is done. If I want to deal with that guy, I will go over here.
Farewell.
Somebody died from poison. That guy used a med kit. And he got himself out of cover. Do you just like dying? %56 chance. Okay, I'll just do this, I think. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna use concentrated fire. Plus devastating attack.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Try to knock him down.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
What can I say? Prone for 1 round. I love this. And yeah, man, firearm mastery.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Bam. Can I kill this guy?
I'll do it. Begin, my Emperor! As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll just finish him off because I don't have to worry about him
None can
anymore.
escape the Emperor's judgment.
This guy is
I'll do
prone,
it.
so he can't even fight back.
You, my Emperor!
And this is still round 1. They haven't even moved yet, basically. Okay, so we have our hammer. We're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna do this.
Follow my lead.
Mark enemy. We charge him.
I will do my duty.
And to build up even more versatility, we do a Thunder Slam. Yup. Idira. I'm even afraid to do something with Idira because she might kill everybody. So just stop. And Abelard, not Pascal, sorry. You can shoot the guy.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Let's expose weakness. Make him easier to hit. 35, precise attack.
Approved.
Doesn't change much. Nope.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Take a voice of command. Take air of authority.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
And I want to try something. I want to see if this will give me attack of opportunity here, which I think it will.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Okay, he resisted. Fair enough.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Okay, so bring it down.
Victory is imminent. I took care of this.
And die. And let's turn on the ventilation, please.
Stop it!
A pretty simple fight. They basically
It's
cannot
about
get through
time.
the first round, they all just die. A hand flamer, Mezoa pattern. I imagine it deals more damage. Okay, to collect that. Ooh. Anver chainsword. When hit by this weapon, the target suffers a penalty to armor and it stacks. That can actually be interesting. And a pirate's scarf. Looks like an eye patch. This scarf grants its wearer a plus 20 bonus to coercion and applies a minus 5 penalty to awareness. Interesting. And the medkit. And that's all. This could be interesting. Mine is better. It gives me extra parry, which I like. It's more defensive. But if I want to apply penalties, this could be better. Okay, something to consider. Okay, so that's the Anver leader taken care of, which means I think the quest is completed, right? Rot. The story of the Anvers gang is over, but its leader's strange prophecy is cause for concern. Okay, so that's done, my friends. In the next episode, we're gonna check out what we have in terms of goods here, plus get some loot from the other people we killed. And then just continue on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to pick up here. So, this will be it for now. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me in the channel, watching some Rogue Trader. Questions, suggestions, if you just want to say hi, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.